Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to day 12 of albums that are 50 years old in 2022 as we look back on the magical year that was 1972. All celebrating their 50th birthday this year at various points during the year. We're going to knock them all out, though, in January, right to start of the year here. I picked my 31 favorites. The last day of the month, you're also going to get a bunch of honorable mentions of stuff that didn't quite make the cut, but I do love quite a bit and wanted to at least give them a shout out. But today, we're taking a look at an album that was released in November of that year for the Bacillus label, produced by Peter Hawke at Dieter Dirk Studios in Pullheim, Stammhelm, Germany, however you say that. I'm talking about the second full-length album from Nectar, A Tab in the Ocean. Okay, follows up their excellent Journey to the Center of the Mind album. And, this is an English band, British band. I do want to make that mention because most people tend to think of Nectar as a German band because they used either Dieter Dirks or various German producers early on. They lived in Germany quite a bit. They toured in Germany quite a bit, but make no mistake, this was always a British band. And like I said, this is their second album, quite possibly my favorite from the band. I really like a lot of the early Nectar catalog. In fact, I like most of the Nectar catalog quite a bit. What I always appreciate a lot from this band is that they gave it a different album each and every time. Every album kind of sounds different than the one before it, sounds different than the one that came after it. And I like that about them. It's prog rock, sure, but it's certainly 70s hard rock. It's definitely psychedelic rock. It's definitely space rock. I mean, they mixed all these elements into this cool sound that really doesn't sound like anybody else. And that's one of the great things about Nectar. Of course, the band at the time, Roy Albrighton, the late Roy Albrighton on guitars and vocals. You got Mick Brockett, who did all the lights and projections and visual effects for the show. He was basically a de facto member of the band because he was so important to their touring lineup, right? Alan Freeman, Taft Freeman on keyboards, backing vocals, and Mellotron, right? Ron Howden, drums, percussion, backing vocals, and Derek Moore on bass and vocals. So what do we get on this album? Well, it's only a handful of tracks, right? You basically have 4 songs on this album. I'm sorry, 5. You've got the epic title track on side 1 of the original vinyl, A Tab in the Ocean. This album, a little bit differently than the Journey album that came before it, whereas that was very psychedelic rock and certainly space rock. This is much more of a hard-charging, heavy prog album, lots of big guitar riffs and loads of Hammond organ. And definitely the drums are pretty heavy sounding on this album. It's big and epic, and there's lots of soloing and things going on. But this is definitely it's definitely a heavier album than the first album. First album is great for what it is. This is a little bit different. The one album that comes after is a little bit different. So they kind of, like I said, they change it up quite a bit on each album. Then you've got Desolation Valley, coming up as track number 2, which is the first song of side 2 of the vinyl. Desolation Valley is excellent. It's kind of darker. The album is a little dark sounding. This not I think of like Remember the Future as more of like an uplifting album, certainly recycled, and some other albums, Down to Earth, also are a little more like uplifting sounding. This album and the first album, I think, are a little darker sounding. A little more foreboding. I really like that, actually. You've got a short little track, Waves. That's the reason why I'm looking at the CD, because I know there was 5 tracks on here, but the CD kind of combines Desolation Valley and Waves because on the second side of the vinyl, most of these songs actually kind of bleed into the next. So on the CD, they kind of tack together Desolation Valley and Waves because they kind of like all these songs on the second side really kind of just merge into each other. Same thing with Crying in the Dark. Crying in the Dark is heavy. It's got some great wah-wah guitars, really good Hammond organ and other keyboards, and just kind of really mysterious proggy sounding. Really like that. And that bleeds right into King of Twilight. King of Twilight is a monster track. And with Crying in the Dark, King of Twilight, they're almost like one long piece. and just the haunting chorus and the guitar riffs are really well done. The drums are excellent, and I love the layered vocals. Everybody kind of that chilling, haunting chorus with the backing vocals. Really, really well done. This is a potent album, and I always love the artwork. Who actually did this artwork here? Let's see if I can find out. Yeah, I do not know. Sorry, guys, don't have that information ready for you, but a great album cover. One of my favorites from the band. Very, very cool. Just very, it definitely looks like something. I mean, if you didn't know better, you would swear, right, that the artwork comes straight from, the German Prague school, right? It's like stuff that was on the Brain label. I mean, this fits right in line with that. But very, very cool stuff. Yeah, this is a great album. If you haven't heard Tab in the Ocean, you need to. Really, really good. And if you get this remaster that was released on Bellaphon, oh boy, 2011. Geez, 11 years ago already. You get all sorts of cool like live stuff, the Boston tapes in the beginning on CD2, right? Which is pretty cool. So there you have it. There's the guys in the band. Rot Bear. A Tab in the Ocean is my pick for day 12. So check it out if you haven't already. If you like this album and are well acquainted with it, please give us your feedback on this album below, as well as your pick for day 12 as we move through the month of January. And please do visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook. We're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and click on that notification bell so you get alerted of all of our content. We also have the links in the video description below of our Ko-Fi page for channel donations, as well as the link to our merch page if you'd like to go check out some cool Sea Tranquility stuff. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you later on here on the channel. I am Pete Pardo. Have a good one. Bye-bye.